All right, man. Young Buck drops story of Foofy. Part 2 of his 50 Cent diss, man. And the original one was Foofy, and he dropped part 2. Let's talk about it, man. This one was a lot more interesting. But we back. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. I'll link the song in the description, man, under source link. All right, so check it out. Right. Basically, Young Buck said in this song, man, I listened to it a couple times, that, you know, let's start off that pretty much that he was chopping it up with Big Meech when Trap or Die came out, and he told Foofy, 50 Cent, that he should meet Big Meech, and he said, you know, 50 said, keep that nigga away from me, and he said basically the feds, you know, must have told him to stay away from Big Meech. He said you caught a felony, and he said you got to call a felony and turn into the feds. So, you know, basically he's saying that 50 Cent was scared to be around Big Meech, and now all of a sudden he communicating with Big Meech about, you know, doing a BMF show, you know, and said that the feds told 50 to stay away from Big Meech because the block was hot. Okay, he said that as well. He said a lot of shit, man, in this one, man. And, you know, he goes on to say that, you know, he had some choppers on the tour bus, and 50 said, damn, that's all yours. He said, Young Buck was the funniest part to me. He said, yeah, I got all these choppers. I can't let them niggas get me so they can shoot me like they shot you. He ain't said like that, I'm paraphrasing, but it was hella funny. And he basically did, and he also said that in this song, obviously he called 50 a snitch on several occasions. And he called him the feds on several occasions in this song. And he goes on to pretty much say that he was beefing with, he said he was beefing with Mace over Olivia. So basically, I guess that's the reason why Mace fell off a G-Unit, because I guess Mace was piping down Olivia, and so was 50 Cent. Now, I didn't know that, because I remember when Mace first got with G-Unit when he came back from the church to get some more revenue. So I didn't know that. And then he said that he had to beg J.Prince not to take 50 Cent out the game, if you catch my drift. He said, I had to beg J.Prince not to touch 50 Cent. And he just said a number of shit, man. And he said, you know, why don't we go ask Vivica all the shit she pinned into you? You know, so at the end of the day, that everybody know that Vivica was putting shit up 50 ass. I don't think that's a secret. And she said that about 50, and 50 made a joke, and they made a joke about it, like, you know, like it was all cool. But, you know, a lot of people gonna say, well, you know, Buck was with a tranny, and blase blah, and Buck is this, and Buck is that. See, you know what? It's cool. And when the class clown can he got power and clout like 50. The class clown can use that negative energy coming to him, and he can finesse it and make it reflect on you. Now, he must have just did this because he said you blocked me on Instagram and then unblocked me to be on my live. We talked about it yesterday. Buck was on live, and he said 50 blocked him, and then 50 unblocked him and got on his live and started talking shit. And, you know, at the end of the day, you know, basically he said 50 a snitch, he ain't no street nigga, and he the feds. And he said he had to pretty much beg J.Prince not to touch him and take him out the game. And he said you better pray that your power don't go out. So basically he said you better pray that power don't stop, because that's where you getting your money from. And people gonna joke about, oh, this nigga Buck. At the end of the day, Buck 2 up on the board, and 50 ain't produced a record. Like he said, Lloyd Banks ain't around. Who gonna write for you in the first one? He said he wrote Too Rich for 50. So at the end of the day, for 50 was the Queen's bully. Remember, he the one that desegregated New York. He the one that had everybody in New York beefing. He started that shit. Like I said before, New York was like Pangea. All the boroughs was together. They had worked together. They respected each other. But 50, he started to break that shit apart. Anybody that was affiliated with Ja Rule, he was going at him. Jadakiss was going at Jadakiss. He went at 50. I mean, he went at Jay-Z. He went at a number of people. And he really started the desegregation of New York and the beef in New York. And it ain't no secret. Sean came out and said 50 was a snitch after he got popped 9 times. 50 was writing for Diddy in the studio. When Sean came to the studio, 50 had police officers in plain clothes guarding him. You know, Irv Gotti and Ja Rule say that, you know, they had that he had a restraining order on them on the low. So Buck just bringing shit to light. He just getting started, and people gonna laugh at it and act like it's a joke. But guess what? Why 50 ain't rebuttaling? Why 50 ain't make shit on wax? Why 50 ain't produced a receipt showing that Buck owed him $300,000? We need answers. Was you really scared of Big Meech because the feds told you to stay away from Big Meech? And now you all buddy with Big Meech trying to do a BMF show? You know, did J.Prince really try to reach out and touch you? Hey, man, some questions need to be answered, man. But, hey, it's Goodfellas Sports TV. Appreciate everybody checking in. I'll put that song, Story of Foofy, in the description on the source link. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. You reach out to the email. If you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, or video request, continue to share the videos. Appreciate the love and support. Let me know what you guys think about it. We gone.